I've had this build in mind for years now. It has changed shape a lot over that time, but the main things still stay the same. A brick cottage, like an English cottage really, out in the Pacific Northwest in the rolling forest hills, overlooking plains, surrounded by forest, and that's where I want my dream home to be. I don't know if I'll ever actually get to have this, but it's nice that I can finally make the idea real, really. I have aphantasia, short imagination blindness. There are varying degrees of it. I can't imagine anything for the life of me. It's just a blank screen. But I have had this idea in mind for ages, and as much as I try, I could never quite get it to pencil and paper, and The Sims can only do so much. Chisels and Bits, however, is a different story, and this is the second or third time I've attempted this, and with those attempts, I've finally figured out something I actually wanted to do with it, and how I wanted to go about it. The house starts with the mudroom and hallways. Admittedly, I had to do all of these custom, and I don't think it really showed up on camera. I lost the replay recording for it. But to the left is my favorite room, and the first room I worked on in the house, the kitchen. I love this idea. This is the first idea I had when I even started thinking about what I would want in a house, and I wouldn't change it at all. Although, admittedly, working on this, I did slightly change it. I've always liked the idea of having a little breakfast nook. That little corner space was going to be a pantry, but then I really love tea and making drinks, so it's now my tea corner. I almost put my favorite car, a Volkswagen Bug, in the garage, but by the time I was done with the rest of the house, I was just out of energy. And despite it not having that, I'm still very proud of this project. Then of course there's the sunroom in the back that I don't feel like furnishing. Same thing goes with the deck. These two are just kind of an afterthought, but I like the idea of having them. Then next is the living room, which seriously annoyed me. I had to retry those couches so many times. You don't really know. It's the same thing with knitting. Are you sure you can count before you start knitting? It's like, go ahead and draw a couch. Are you sure you know how to draw a couch? Modeling one is just the same. And I actually changed those bookshelves several times. So by the end, they're actually just a carbon copy of the bookshelf I have in my office. Before we get to the office though, I have this little laundry room space that I adore, and just a little powder room, little bathroom attached to the laundry, and then of course my office. The office I'd come back to several times. At this point I was starting to lose out energy on this, but I knew I wanted to get this done. I'd gotten so far, we were almost halfway. I just had to push through and get it done, and I did. It took a minute to really get there, but allowing myself to come back and get these extra details done and revisit things even after I'd quote-unquote finished them certainly helped me out. I came back to this room a couple different times, not only to steal the bookshelves, but add little details and paneling, which I absolutely adore. The upstairs is a little less, but there's one part that I absolutely adore that I seriously want, and it's always been a bit of afterthought, but I absolutely love this idea of this, just a little nook, a little reading space. I wish I could properly convey. I just want this to be a pillow nest. I wish I could properly convey that in Minecraft. That's a little harder to do, so we just have 3 little cushions instead. Then there's a little bathroom. I'm amazed at the amount of details I managed to get in this tiny room, because it's adorable and I love it. It's so cute. The little alcove was a last minute idea, and I ended up adding a mirror after this replay, but it is just adorable. And then I have a guest room / extra bedroom that I just kind of threw whatever looked good. I liked the wood. I thought cyan colors and some silvery darker woods would match up with the mushroom that we got going on here very well. I didn't put too much effort into decorating this space because it's just not something I particularly care about, like the kitchen or my office, but the space I do seriously care about is my room, the master bedroom, which admittedly I did last. And it took the least amount of time, but I still adore it. I like a bit of the simple things, and even just simply adding that paneling added on so much for me. If I could fit it in, I'd probably throw in some more furniture, maybe an end table, side tables here and there, but as it stands, I do adore it. And of course, my favorite space in this entire house, second to the kitchen only, is my bathroom, because I love this layout. I absolutely adore it. It's the coolest thing. I slightly changed it last minute, but it is adorable. I've always thought of this space as having a bathtub shower combo, but just having a closed-off walk-in shower was so tempting I couldn't pass it up, which allowed me to expand that little alcove, the vanity space, even more, and it looks so adorable and cool. I love it so much. But all of this is to say, thank you all for 3 years, I can't even say it's of Mutationcip, because I've gone through a few usernames in the past years, but whether you're new or old, just shown up, don't know who the hell I am, thank you for showing up. Thank you for showing up. This was a project I've had in mind for the past month or so, and I'm happy that I was able to take some time off of Passion and SMP to work on this and get it out. Yeah. I got nothing else to say. Thank you all for 3 years. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.